Go time and friends. I won't say anything. Great to see you guys. Yeah, I'm in a new place. I mean, I'm in the same place, but I've got furniture now. A few sticks of furniture, a lot of furniture actually, and all kinds of clothes and stuff. Oh. Michelle, Primetime, Beaker Mac, Teresa, Sean Burning, Infinite One, Go Time, Love Light A, Karen, Carrie Wing, Mama Bear. Wow, all you guys are here. Baruch Hashem. Thanks, Go Time. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about what's going on. Hippie chick, yeah? Hippie chick, man. I mean, come on, man. It's too much for me. I can't bear it. Every time I see your name, I want to like grab a vine and go swinging, like, and go, ah. Since day one, light and love, really? Wow. Yeah, it's been a while, man. We've been, I can't even, like, the time with, I have no time sense about the broadcasts. I mean, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, it could be 5 years. I have no idea how long I've been doing this. Yeah, the SGAnon. I put that on both Intel channels, by the way. I think it's very, I think he's really worth listening to. I think he really has a very kind of deep perspective on these things that needs to be considered. I mean, we have 144. Look at that. I'm thinking about Chosen. Chosen, where are you? I don't see you. I was just gonna think. My glasses are so dirty. I got it all together. I'm not like doing this from my usual place. I decided that I was only gonna do it from one desk, but at night I don't have the lighting there, and it's just too boring. Yeah. Hey, Stephen from England. Chrome, Dragon, Bastion, Obed, Love Light, Chosen. Hey, there you are. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What can I say? I mean, yeah, thank you, Go Time. Yeah, it's really, so I got all my stuff today. I mean, I had a bunch of guys, I had real movers. I moved a few things over. I moved my bed, first of all. And then today I did most of the rest. I think really pretty much the rest of it. Everything is in boxes now. I've been living in the same place for over 20 years. Yeah, about 20 years. And collect a lot of junk. Yeah, it's very nice here. I think I'm going to stay here for a while. I mean, hey, Tetya. Yeah, T. Miller. Yeah, that's some of my mom's artwork. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting up a lot of her artwork. It'll really make me feel at home. It's new and exciting. It really is, and it really, I think it really. Thanks, Chosen. I think it's really gives me it shows that I'm really dedicated to this. I mean, it's pretty obvious I'm pretty dedicated to this, but I mean that this is a serious venture. This is, because when you when I noticed when I was being attacked in the Department of Education, and I thought to myself, have I ever once bought a book about teaching? And I'm like, no. Because most of the books about teaching are ridiculous anyway. But I said that, like, if you're going to get into something, you have to get into it. I mean, and that's how you become successful, is really by immersing yourself in whatever it is that that you have the desire to do. And I just think it's so important that I know this because when I was about 25, well, when I was before I was 25, I wanted to be a writer, right? Yeah, I wanted to be a writer until I was about till I was in my late 20s, and then and it was really my driving passion. I ate, slept, and drank writing. I did it all the time. I thought about it all the time, and then just by accident, I was in my first wife's house, and a carpenter, a Jewish guy, a carpenter came into the house to fix some shelves or something, did some light carpentry, and I was hooked. It came out of nowhere. It was like, I want to do that. And that's when I discovered that, like, when God, like, it's godly to have a desire to fulfill something. So I became obsessed with carpentry. I mean, I had to find this was, like 40 years ago. And so I just did it, but that's what it takes. And so too with this now, after a couple of generations of going through different desires, like I really wanted to be a teacher in the beginning. And then after about a year of it, I was just like, I'm just going to survive for the salary. I mean, it was just so hideous, so painful. But this, I really love doing this. And, the fact that it led me to realize that it was time for me to make a change in my environment. And I think this is a really kind of like a very kind of glowing example of how God knocks on your door. God, they say that that nothing can stand in the way of a man's desire, but also that desire is a very high level of your soul. It's like the second highest. The highest is yechida, which is really direct connection to God, and that also means pleasure. It's pleasurable to connect on that level of intellect, but it's really beyond intellect. It's way beyond intellect, and so is desire. Ratzon is. You don't think about, well, I really want to be a carpenter. I mean, that's just like, you don't think like that. It's just like, boy, I want to be a carpenter. It's just like, it's not rational. It's not like, it doesn't make any sense that I wanted to be a carpenter. Let me just check my, just want to check something. See if we're, uh-oh. Okay, I wasn't really on I wasn't on this speaker. I hope we're still getting watching the water disappear. Where is it going? Fred Leach. Wow. I just want peace, love, joy, prosperity, and all. Yeah, man. That's pretty much says it. And I'm gonna go into I looked at the intel a little bit, and there's some very interesting intel on 3D, 4D, and 5D. I like to build stuff, but it's actually that was I started doing that that was like about 30 years ago. I stopped really. I shifted that desire into teaching for 20 years, and now it's into, hanging out with you guys and making videos, really. But yeah, that's the way it is, man. We need to stay with God. Yeah. Yeah, 25 years. You do something for 25 years. I mean, the new tech, that's beautiful. Thanks, Flight Sticks. Yeah, I mean, it's a mutual thing. I mean, it makes me happy, and hopefully it makes you guys happy. I just want to give it a shout out to Brian. I'm having some cosmic light tonight. He sent me a little taster package. Stuff rocks, man. It has a kind of a bit of a sour taste to it that's really delicious. So if you go to the show more, if you go to Brian's Brian's spiritual bean coffee. I think it's towards the bottom of the show more. You can order some cosmic light. I want to be open about all these things. Like, you know, Brian gives me free coffee, so I am like, I am grateful. But it's delicious coffee, and I just I want to recommend it. But we don't have any kind of like, other than that he gives me coffee, which is really sweet. And again, I'm not saying anyone else should give me anything. I don't need. I do not lack. What's that? My phone? I don't even know where my phone is. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Oh. A very old friend. Anyway, I have space here, so I'm really rocking. I'm really digging this. This is really like an amazing thing. I have space, and I'm not really stepping on anyone's toes. Nobody has to wash dishes and try to be quiet. It's my space, I mean, I think I would be very hesitant to get into another kind of like relationship. I think I'm like, I need a rest after 20 years with one woman. I don't feel like the need to jump into some kind of outrageous situation. But yeah, it's really just so nice. I mean, a lot of people on this channel are saying it's really nice to be alone as well as in love. And I encourage people who feel lonely and feel the need to be with somebody. I think you should reach out on the Star Soul channel. And by the way, I think we need to focus a little more. I mean, I don't know if I'm not like, this whole thing about prosperity and living your dreams. It feels great to be single. It feels great. I mean, yeah, it feels great. I mean, nobody's here to tell me, maybe I should put my cup this way, or I should put it over here, or I should take out the garbage. It's like I take out the garbage when I want to take out the garbage. It's really nice. Yeah, see, boss footbag. I mean, there are a lot of guys on this channel and a lot of ladies too, I think, that really enjoy being single. So I'm not saying that you have to jump into a relationship, but some people do feel, I mean, there are times when I feel, like it would be nice. I mean, I don't know. I actually had a visit from a very old subscriber 2 days ago. It was very nice. She told me, I told you some of those amazing stories that she told me about Robin. The guy's name was Robin in this movie, and she was an incarnation. She actually was an incarnation of this guy Robin. Pretty interesting. Anyway, I'm living with cannabis. Yeah, never lonely, right? Yeah, it's good to take a break. It's good to take a break. I mean, what do I do on Star Soul channel? Just talk. Yeah, just talk to people. I mean, if you're looking for some, I personally, I don't see anything wrong with being pretty out in the open. But I'm not like a person who, I don't consider myself anymore to be like successful in knowing how to, how to head towards a relationship. Like I feel like the older I get, the less I realize I know about, dealing with, actually that's not true, because thank God my hormonal, impulse drive is not like it used to be. Thank God. So I can actually have a conversation with a woman and not like be like, ready to, to jump. I mean, so I think that's really helpful. But yes, Stephen, I think it's good to go on the Star Soul channel and just I don't I don't know how to talk to girls or women, but I think it's probably a good thing to be pretty upfront about things. Like you'd like to have a friend or you'd like to meet somebody. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't consider myself to be successful in that arena, so I don't really know. But I think yeah, you should go on the channel and just see. See. I mean, look, you can't fall in love with somebody if you don't meet them. You have to. Um, there was some expression said in. Anyway, it's my parents had this shlichus. My parents had this thing where they put together like over 30 couples. They just could do it. And I feel like I've really always wanted this channel to be about people meeting each other. And we actually have, we have had recently a very, a successful couple on this channel. And I'm so happy. Because I think we're not really supposed to be alone. I mean, a lot of us have kind of evolved into a place where we kind of prefer, maybe a lot of us are old souls and we don't really, we don't have the same need. I don't know what, whatever. I'm just saying that I really like the idea because people on this channel, we have similarities that people that, if I go out into the world and I see somebody, that looks pleasant to me and looks like a nice person, looks like somebody I would like to talk to, I don't know where she's holding politically, medically, spiritually. But if you're dealing with people on the channel, the chances are that they're going to be pretty similar to you, at least in some of the major categories. So that's why I think it's a really good shot that you could meet somebody. And like I said, we have at least one successful couple already, and I'm just very pleased. I'm very pleased about that because I don't think people, if people want to be alone, that's one thing. But if people are alone because they don't know anybody and they're afraid to ask anybody because politically everyone is so extreme these days. I'm drinking it black. I really like coffee better black. It really has a very it's called Cosmic Light. Has a very I see what he means by light. It has a very high, like a high pitched, almost like on like a little bit of sourness, but I like sourness. A proud loner, yeah. A real soulmate would be a blessing, yes. I mean, I feel very, I'm very lucky to have Gila as a friend, as a best friend, because I feel like, I can talk to her and I'm probably closer to her in some ways than I am with people I've been married to. And we don't have to deal with, you know, physical issues together because she's married. And I think and I respect that, and it's a good thing. And but we still have, we understand each other, and we're able to talk to each other about things. If we see a tape, if we see a video, we'll send it to each other, and it's just a very pleasant kind of relationship, very platonic, but very deep. And I'm very pleased. I mean, it's and I have relationships with I'm developing relationships with other people, and it's very nice. I mean, I'm at the age where it's not just about um, physical union. I mean, I need more. I mean, I'm not just interested in that kind of thing. I'm interested in knowing somebody and really exchanging ideas. I mean, I think exchanging ideas could even be in a way higher dimensional relationships. Yeah, okay, Mama Bear, you do what you got to do. Okay, yeah, got high test, man. Too strong, yeah. Or do you like the light roast? Yeah, yeah. You have to find out what you like. I like his. I like the. I forget what it's called, but there's one. There's one. There's one that's like Night Train or something like that. It's just like it's a really. It's a kick butt kind of coffee, man. I like the stronger stuff, but I'm enjoying this this cosmic light a lot. Anyway, let me get to some intel. Now, I think that SGAnon is a must listen to. I think that as a patriot, as a follower of 17, that it's homework. It's mandatory. It's not optional. You must listen. No, I'm just saying, like, he has a kind of a, he puts it in a very essential sort of way. And essential is a good word for this. And also, it was recent posts have been about ascension and DNA, which is a very, very interesting kind of direction for 17 to be going in. I mean, usually he's kind of practical and sort of news oriented and action packed, action Jackson, but he's talking about ascension and protecting your DNA. This is a very interesting, yeah, it's a very interesting development, a very interesting kind of evolutionary process in this discussion, in our journey on this road of awareness, let's say. Shali, ma Shali, love and bliss. You're back on the channel. I see you want it. You want it. I don't know. I'm afraid to give you a wrench, man. You're so powerful. I mean, all right. I'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. But I think there's somebody else that. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Um, yes, Mashali. Yeah. Well, I have to say that when it comes to Mashari, that's when I break. No, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. I don't want to. I'm sure Joseph is probably listening right now. He's like, "What?" Um, I'll hear this knock on my door. It is I, Joseph. We want to talk to you. No. Anyway, so let's get to the intel because there's some very interesting. Let's see, where am I? Gay Huffington. Okay, I'm not going to get into that kind of thing. Now, but he's talking about ascension. So ascension is a very interesting thing. He's talking about enlightenment, which has been my bent. That's been my underlying theme for my whole life since I was born. I didn't know I didn't know what enlightenment was until I was about 14 years old, and I happened to drop some acid, so I had an idea, but other than that, I also came across a meditation book that talked about enlightenment. But this is apparently where we are heading. Obviously, we're heading into the ascension process. And this is a very exciting development for me personally because this is what I love. I love the ascension process. And to think that the whole planet is now on the same thought stream. We're now, canoeing down the same river. The river of light is very exciting for me. The mountains of Pennsylvania. Get out of Alabama, man. The beginning of December, Protocol 20. That would be exciting. Harrisburg, nice. That's close to where my mom lives. Now that I'm separated from my wife, I'm much more in touch with my mommy. uh, I have a great mom. She's just very accepting of me. She knows me pretty well, and she's, she understands me. The mountains are beautiful in PA, yes. Stay grounded, right. Okay, so they're saying, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, nor shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. We are heading for, we are heading, I mean, I say this a zillion times a day, but we are heading for the Great Awakening, the age of Mashiach, the Messiah. Now, SGAnon is saying it's not going to be so easy to get there, but we are heading in that direction, and we need to protect ourselves on an individual basis to make sure that we get there. I think we're going to have to open a window a little more. Hold on. You guys take good care of me. It's so nice to not be crunched up into a little ball, like in my old house. I was sorry about the nose wiping. I just, but it's nice not to be crunched up in a little ball and have my own space. It's really nice. But yeah, I'm going to hang some paintings up. Okay. Okay, so dry up your tears. Okay, this is our channel, I believe, and this is an excellent channel. I love our channel. I'm going to go to Tyranny. I think that's how I pronounce it. But he's a pretty steady poster these days, and okay, I'm just going to read this. This is from Nicholas Veneman. These dots might appear random, but when you look at the big picture, you see that these dots are all connected, and for a reason you might not even understand. Things are not as random as they appear, but there is a reason behind the who, how, and when. It's not about wealth, it's about control. Learn all about it in this explosive interview with David Icke, only on Unified TV. Okay, so that's pretty cool, and that's very cool that Tyranny is posting that. I have an association with Jason Shirka, and I post my some of my videos, or we do interviews together, and I recommend his TV channel, that you join his TV channel. If you use my link, it helps me. I'm always trying to get other income sources in case YouTube finds, God forbid, they're sick of me. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. Okay, so I'm sure there are good people inside Anonymous who are trying to do the right thing, but they don't know the whole psychological operation, the fifth generation warfare. It's not about violence like Antifa. 17 is not forcing you to become hackers and do illegal operations. 17 is simply giving you information and you discovering the truth for yourself. 17 is not an occult that tells you what to do or threatens you or forces you to do things unwillingly. 17 is simply telling you military operations are happening behind the scenes and giving you an insight into the war between the DS and the White Hat Alliance and what's coming. We do not condone violence or illegal activities. the FIBI, the three-letter agency that starts with an F. FIBI false flag operations. Who really created Anonymous? Here is mainstream media, Mockingbird Ops, telling the story. Hector, somebody is known as the online pseudonym Sabu, is an American computer hacker and co-founder of the hacking group Lutsec, who created Anonymous and became a FIBI informant. Facing a sentence of 124 years in prison, Monsegur became an informant for the FIBIs, working with the agency to aid them in identifying the other hackers. Over 16 hackers were arrested between 2010 and 2013. Many got off with minor restitutions and no real prison time. And they were actually sent to work for various government agencies. The hackers hacked the Pentagon, major government agencies, and made the FIBI, division, their priority to hack monthly and stalk the FIBIs. Not only did they hack the monthly, they also hacked PayPal, Visa, etc. And no charges were filed. The real truth is that the three-letter agency that starts with C started this organization, the Anana, a false flag up. They were testing to see U.S. citizen response to a superhero hacking group that would be champions for the people. The beta test of creating this organization was much more than the three-letter agencies bargained for, and found out they could control vast majority of hacking groups who wanted to join. Hacking groups and anti-government individuals were easily identified for following online channels and these groups. They found a way to use hacking groups for false flag operations, and they were connected to, created and funded by GS, George S. In short, it was created by the three-letter organizations, and they read it. Okay, so this is interesting, but I'm not gonna go crazy about that. So that's interesting. In other words, these guys, according to SGAnon, these rogue organizations that were really carried over from World War II. These are the bad boys from World War II that reconfigured as three-letter agencies within our governments. I like Cosmic Light a lot. It's good. It has a kind of a nice bitterness. Okay, so Russian billionaire, latest crypto tycoon to die mysteriously. Okay, so what's going on with that? We don't know. POTUS post about turning off the Christmas lights and celebrating Halloween at Mar-a-Lago tells me it's going to blow up this week. As you know, we are flipping the calendar back to the Julian calendar. We would have these days of darkness, then flip the calendar. So October will be a 40-day month. We were told Christmas is coming early. This makes me feel that we will be celebrating Christmas on November 9th. And they're mirroring 9/11, 11/9. Darkness ends and we will have 4 weeks to get prepared for Christmas. In the 10 days of darkness, God sends down his angels to help us. Those in the Federal Witness Protection Program will be walking out to guide us and unite us all. Many will be performing 11/11. Okay, so this I was talking to um, two people from our channel, two people that are heavily involved with our channel, and they said that they were waiting for the EBS. So they were basically not doing anything, not moving forward because they were waiting for the EBS. I was like, can I leave my wife now? I don't know. It's like, what if it happens tomorrow? I mean, I was all set up at my wife's house to be able to survive, for some time. But I finally realized, I have to live. And I think we have to just, I don't think we can focus on this thing that's going to drop or not. Whether it drops or not, I mean, I'm not qualified to really say it one way or another, but I am qualified to say, and this is a theme that goes through, and like, I don't know where, like when I talk a lot, I don't, it's not like me. It's not like, I don't know where it comes from. Okay. Maybe it's kind of like channeled, but the message that seems to come through me over and over again is just to keep going on. You cannot shape your life. You should not focus your life. You should not, make decisions based on the intel that you're getting from 17. You need to just, and I think it makes sense because we're like SGAnon was talking about the ascension process, that we are involved in the ascension process. We are involved in enlightenment, in becoming enlightened. I have a problem. I mean, being, Jewish, I mean, I'm not comfortable with, SGAnon says it's all about, the C consciousness. I'm not, that doesn't really work for us, but regardless of that, the idea of enlightenment is not particular to one religion. It's in all religions. We have the Baal Shem Tov, we have Moses, we have a long history of enlightened beings in our religion. But it's, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, like, for 17 to be posting about the ascension process and protecting your DNA is a very deep thing. And I just maintain that part of the enlightenment process is really getting into your divine purpose. That's part of it. I mean, I think that's the biggest part of it. That's what I've discovered. I was searching for enlightenment for many, many years, searching. Like, I spent all my time, all my waking hours thinking, like, how do I become enlightened? How do I become enlightened? How do I become enlightened? And I try this, I try that, I smoke this, I do that. I have this tantric relationship. I try all these different things. I meditate with a guru, and he's a Shaktapa guru, and he puts his hands on my head, and all these things, all these things about enlightenment. And at the end of the day, I would say that the thing that's, like, I don't have that drive anymore. I mean, it's not, it's kind of like organic now. It's just like, I feel like I'm there already. I mean, not like I'm an enlightened being, but I'm just like, it's not an issue anymore. It's just like, why? Because, well, it hasn't been an issue for many years because I'm pursuing it. I feel like my pathway is that that I'm in the stream, that I'm canoeing along in the unenlightenment river, and I'm not searching for it anymore. It doesn't feel like something I have to go outside myself to connect with. I feel like it's just what I do. It's kind of like, Siddhartha, like the ferryman. It's just like, he didn't seek teachers. Like, his friend Govinda was always looking for the latest, the latest enlightenment thing, But Siddhartha was just like, I just, anyway, I'm not saying it like for me. I'm just saying that, like, what 17 is saying that we as a species are now about to ascend. So this is an issue for everyone. It's not my issue, it's everyone's issue. And the normies are going to be coming to us, according to SGAnon. The normies will be coming to us because we've been blazing the path. We are like, we're bushwhacking in the woods, and we've created a trail. And now the normies can come down the trail and say, "Oh yeah, man, I see you. You cut over here, and you went through around here, and oh, you went down there in that gully, and then you come up over here." It's like we're trailblazers. So, but everyone has their own. It's an individual thing. It's not for me to say, like, that was Govinda. Govinda was a suspect. Was subject. He could appreciate a good teacher. It's like, okay, the teacher's going to tell you how to do it. But Siddhartha was like, I can't. I'm not down for the teachers because they can't teach me my way. I think that that's important, that we do our own research and we move in our own ways. Love Light, you should let me know what the channels. I want to see your channel. I didn't even know. I could put you on my show more. We're drinking tea tonight. Nice. Don't wait for anyone to tell you anything. Yeah, I mean, eventually you get to that. But in the beginning stages, when you're first on the pathway, you listen, you read. I mean, I read hundreds of books back in the day when there were books. Now everything is online. Anyway, okay, let me get to some more stuff. Okay, Red bankruptcy in U.S. Victoria's Secret, Zara closed, Le Chapelle, I don't even know what these are. Chanel is closed, discontinued. Hermes is closed. Rolex discontinued production. The world's luxury industry has crumbled. Nike is preparing for layoffs. Gold's Gym filed for bankruptcy. The founder of Airbnb said 12 years of efforts were destroyed in 6 weeks. Even Starbucks announced to permanently close 400 stores. WeWork isn't in a great spot either. Nissan Motor Company may close down in USA. The biggest car rental, Hertz, filed for bankruptcy. Biggest trucking company, oldest retail company, JCPenney, filed for bankruptcy to be acquired by Amazon for pennies. Biggest investor in the world, Warren Buffett, lost $50 billion in the last 2 months. BlackRock is signaling disaster in the world economy. They manage over $7 billion. Most reputable airlines, the Emirates, laying off 30% of its employees. U.S. Treasury printing trillions to keep the economy on life support. Estimated number of retail stores clothing is 12,000 to 15,000. Closing. J. Crew, Gap, Victoria's Secret Body, and Bath and Body, Forever 21, Sears, Walgreens, GameStop, Pier 1, Nordstrom, Papyrus. Anyway, on idea. You know what? I'll post this on the Intel channels so you guys can check this. But this is a very interesting post. I mean, this is like real deal stuff. The Forbidden Story of Christmas. The DC Republicans will use the debt ceiling to cut Social Security, but not to stop funding a guy who tried to lie us into World War III last week. Excuse me. Great work. It's like we've all been possessed by the ghost of Paul Ryan. Okay. Sherry, ma chérie. Arizona update. There was, I mean, the intel just keeps pouring out. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna hit on the big ones. I'm not gonna get into like things with the little kids. Okay, and that was from the last time. I just checked it out. I mean, it's coming out fast and furious. They're saying something about 11/29/22 and 11/30. Because 11/30, if you flip it over, it's 3/11. It's like 9/11 and 11/19. Friday on the Chinese lunar calendar. They have a meme of David and Goliath. It's not over till the last rock is slung. Okay, 9/11, 11/19. Hundreds of military aircraft above continental USA right now. Okay, I'm going to just check on my airplane channel, all right, to see if I see a lot of military planes up at this moment. Let's see. Here we go. Planes, military. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of planes up right now. A lot of military planes all over the United States. I don't know what that's about. The airplane channel. Yeah, it's not really the airplane channel. Do you guys want the, I'll give you the, let's see if I can post that. Let me just see something. I'm just going to post this. I bet I can do that. See, I'm getting high tech, man. Okay, I'm going to post this. So you can do this for yourself. This was sent to me by Cindy, who's a subscriber on the channel. Chattanooga. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you go to this channel and you press the, let me just say, if you press the U button, there's a U, H, and a T. If you press the U, that gives you just military planes. They're also flying in Ontario. Terry Byers, yeah? I love Chattanooga, man. That's one of my favorite places. I just had some very nice experiences there. Tarot by Janine. Monkeyworks, yeah, Monkeyworks does it, yeah. But this channel, you can do it yourself. You can just go there, press the U, and see how many military planes. There are a lot. That's, because I've been watching it pretty steadily, and that's a lot of military planes up in the air. Yeah, he explains what's going on. Absolutely. He's very good. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying, if you want to do your own research, you can do it on that channel. All right, let me just keep going. Hundreds of military aircraft above continental USA, several militaries represented, joint search and destroy, search and capture operations running. Sub-hunters are active also, rogue threat. There's a very disturbing picture of a woman, I don't know, reptilian eyes exposed. Eric Trump talking about executing rhinos. Okay, GCR. I've received a number of cryptic messages about Monday. I heard from an IRS contact I have not talked to in 9 to 10 months. He reached out to me and said that something big was coming on Monday, and they don't know what. They are being told this inside the IRS management. It could be that the new Congress will not be giving them the 87,000 new IRS agents. That's just my speculation, but they were told to expect a major announcement. We don't know what it is. Oh, and this is coming from Mark Z. Does anyone know what that announcement was? Okay, so we don't know, but we should expect a major announcement from the IRS. My poor ex-wife, or my poor wife, as she was leaving the door, as she was leaving, I was leaving to get on. I took the I don't have a car, so I the guys were nice enough to let me drive, ride with them in the truck. And as I'm about to leave, she comes running to the door. She goes, Ellie, you forgot your bills. So I'm like, bills? I don't pay bills. I mean, no, don't do as I'm just saying, like, I do pay bills. I pay them online, but she says, here, you must take these. So I took them and I put them in the garbage can. And she just like flipped out. It was just too much for her. But I'm just like, I mean, there are a lot of important things going on right now. I pay a lot of bills. I pay all my bills online. I don't pay them by mail, but it's not a high priority in my life to worry about my bills. It's just not. I mean, if they come after me and and they catch me, I'm like, okay, I'll pay you, no problem. Um, my night's going great. Yeah, I'm doing good. The IRS will be going away soon. Yeah, is it illegal? I think it is. I've heard it's illegal. I how much he likes you today. Yeah, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Mark Z is just a stand-up dude, man. He's I mean, I when I had like 20 people coming to my channel, he got a lot of his peeps to come check me out. I really appreciate it. I had an interview with Shira Adler recently, by the way. You might want to check that out. She's very, very interesting. Another Jewish soul in the patriot movement. There are a few of us. The IRS is dead, finito. Yeah, it is illegal. I think so. Tend to think over, but I use heart logic now. Yeah, that's very. Yeah, Mark Z is super nice, man. He put my channel. That's so sweet. Um, Public school made me second generation MK. We're in the healing, yeah. It's a crime to pay the IRS. Listen, but my poor wife is like, she's like, they put a lien against us. I'm like, yeah, that's nice, but she's like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, but it's not nice. That's why another reason why I have to leave, because I can't subject this poor woman. I mean, she didn't get this, thank God, and she's a very nice person, but I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about this. Yeah, try call, right? Try call. Yeah, that's the thing. I said, like, okay, yeah, let's make a deal. Let's talk. Can we talk? The IRS, forget about it, man. I am very much enjoying my new place. I love being alone. I love being in a building and not in a house. I don't have to worry about hose bibs freezing, or I don't even really have to take out the garbage. I just take it down the hall. I mean, I don't even have to open the front door. It's just I'm ordering everything. I don't know if this is, so patriotic, but I'm ordering everything on Amazon. I don't even know where the stores are yet. That's how new I am to the neighborhood. A friend of mine found out that I moved out of town, and he was like, Ellie, where are you? And so he's like, where are you davening? I'm like, I found a shul on Shabbos. Um, you know, I'm I'm in transition right now. I'm rediscovering. I am coming to my own. I'll find like the grocery stores, and I brought my bicycle here, so I can ride my bicycle to the grocery store and pick up whatever I need. But Yeah, I mean, I'm loving this, man. I mean, I can see the ocean from every window in this place, either the ocean or the bay. I mean, I can't really imagine like what would prompt me to move out of here, you know? Like I can't really like envision a good reason to move. Thanks, Shannon. Um, two rocky marriages, yeah, freedom. This is my third. I made it through three, and I also lived with a woman. I bought a house with her, so I really almost been married four times. That was a quickie, but I'm a romance junkie, but this was, this was about business, and I had a beautiful son, and he's alive and well, thank God, and he's a beautiful soul. He's an empath, and he's he's finding his way now. He's cut the umbilical cord, and he's out on his own. He's has a job. So I did what I set out to do, and I stayed for him, and then he was saying like to us, he's like, why did you stay? You're so miserable together. It's like, we stayed because we stayed. We thought it was the right thing to do. Maybe who knows anyway. But um, governor for New York, yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right, but anyway, I want to get to some of this stuff. So there is something going on with the IRS. And this is very interesting. Elon Musk tableside ammo, and he has this picture of various of a firearm, of Coke or Pepsi, and this thing called a Vajra. Dorji is the most powerful weapon we have had since the time of the Atlanteans. Vajra means lightning strike and diamond in Sanskrit. In Tibet, it is called Dorji. In Japanese, Kongoso. In China, Jingjiangxi. And in Mongolia, Aker. It is an important ritual object in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The Vajra is an iconic a symbol as other things. It's used in various rituals, and the Buddha is often depicted with a Vajra in his hands. Okay, so I think that's really interesting. And I'm going to put this on the Intel post so you can see a picture yourself. Okay, that's on Telegram. Now, there was one post that I want to get to before we. It's not that late. 11/11. 11/11. Could that be a big day? Today is the 29th. 11/11. I don't have a calendar at the table. Yeah, I'm not planning. I mean, there is no reason in tarnation that I would get married again. I'm not doing it. There's no reason I need to enter into a legal contract, a financial, contract with anyone. In fact, I'll be very happy when I am, completely severed from my current, wife in that direction. I don't know how long that's going to take, but it's I can get a get, which is a Jewish get, is a Jewish annulment, a Jewish saying, it's over in a day or two. I can get a get. The legal situation, the financial ramifications are ridiculous. What's that got to do with anything? This is just another way the cabal tries to control us. Yeah, it's a contract. Screw that. 100%. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done with marriage. Exactly. I don't need a contract with another human being. I do not need it. I have enough trouble with myself. Marriage is beautiful. It is beautiful. But, the legal part is just where I have a problem. I do like getting married. I mean, I'm a romance junkie, man. I just, yeah, I'm not allowed. Charisse says, no way, man. She's like, and she's my boss. So, anti-matrimony. Yeah. Listen, I'm a three-time, actually really four-time. I've done something like that. I mean, I bought a house with a woman. That's kind of like a marriage. Although that was a pretty cool house because it was on a river, on the Little Harpeth River. We bought a hunting shack together. That turned out it was in her family from like 100 years ago. I told you this story. It's unbelievable how God, moves us. Happily single, yeah. Yeah, the legalese, man. I can't. Okay, so it says, look to Twitter. Exactly this. My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. That was from November 2nd, 2017. Okay, so let me read this one. Storm is here. The rain will begin shortly. Water is getting colder here. Notes: crash, reversal, reset, judge, gold, transmitter, reveal, unstable, tested, fast, no time. 11, double and meaning. No turning back since 2012. Await, answers await Friday, Monday. Yeah, there's definitely a pattern to all that. It definitely is a Monday to Friday thing. I noticed it's like the weekends, nothing seems to happen intel wise. 11:11 is Mr. Poole speak for the event, aka the storm. 11:11, November 11th. We're already past November 11th. It would be 12:11 now, unless it's on the Gregorian or Julian calendar. I'm a little confused about all that. Disney is having issues. Pepe Lives Matter. Did you guys see that? Pepe cracks me up. Okay, the same with Bianca, whatever. Okay, so I want to get to this one post. Here's an interesting post. It says, EBS tests being reported in Florida. So are you saying this will be done systematically instead of all at once everywhere? American Patriot, yes. So it could be systematically, it could be like here and there, and it won't be all at once. It cannot be understated how huge it is to watch mainstream outlets dig into Balenciaga and expose all the details of their heinous ways. These stories are exactly what 17 people have been screaming about on the rooftops, exactly why we were banned off the internet. I'm looking at digs from fake stream journalists that expose associated book symbolism and details only 17 people could have dug up. We, the Army, have influenced a culture in a positive way. And here's the 28 file 28 from SGAnon. I posted that on both Intel channels. The U.S. making overtures to the Supreme Court. Russia and Turkey aligning to change the world. The three-letter agency attempting to interrupt the Chinese leader's power, destabilize the coming revolution. The three-letter agency assets are being targeted by white hat. Trust the plan. Trust the plan, man. Okay, so here we go. This is a very long post. I'm going to put this on both Intel channels so you can read it yourself at your leisure. This is on KGF Intel posts only, and also on Kabbalah Guru. On those two Intel channels, I'm posting this, and I'm going to post the one right after it because they're both connected. And then I'm going to read it really fast, or try to like summarize it while I'm still awake. But then there's other posts. The mission is not complete until the military starts to change the narrative on MSM. Until then, I do not believe it is time to wake the rest of the family. When we start seeing the MSM change, we can expect the scare event. In my opinion, until then, we do our duty to our republic and to our creators, spread the good word, and continue fighting for justice, freedom, and truth. Remember, everything must happen while JB is still the fake POTUS, right? Now there's a long post. I'm just gonna touch on it, but this is in the Telegram Intel channels, and you really need to read it for yourself, I think. This relates to the fact that 17 put out the idea of ascension, that this is all about ascension. Now, according to, from what I see with SGAnon, we're going to go through some really dark days ahead. But this leads up to the Great Awakening, the era of Mashiach, the age of Aquarius. We have to go through the fire to get to the good stuff. Okay, I'm just going to read you're going to have to read this yourself. I'm just going to touch the big parts because I'm a little bit exhausted from moving all day. Patriots and Frog family, we all knew the need to change what was going on in the world. Many finally now understand that we are truly caught in a matrix illusion. We've been systematically uncovering all the lies we were told. We were indeed uncovering the truths that will lead us to our total freedom. We are in the storm. We need to leave this 3D way of life behind and ascend to what we are meant to be. What God desires for us, the Great Awakening is here. We are all a very important part of it. We chatted about spiritual awakening, spiritual journey yesterday. We keep reading about 3D, 4D, and 5D. Let's do a very quick explanation of what these things are. Dimensions of consciousness are often referred to as higher or lower. The lower dimensions consist of denser experiences and emotions like fear and shame, while the higher dimensions consist of lighter experiences or emotions like joy and peace. Okay, but like I said, I really recommend you read this for yourself. 3D, I'm just going to read the top line. I'm not going to read the whole thing, okay? The third dimension is all about material, accumulating material, and living in fear of losing it again, okay? That's 3D. 4D, and that's just, I'm just reading the first line of that paragraph. The fourth dimension is the spiritual dream world. It is also called the astral plane. It is the home of the spiritual and the conspiracy narratives, the galactics, the archangels, the dragons, the reptilians, Atlantis, Lemuria, the shadow government, the Cabal. It is a dimension that is less dense and more fluid than the third dimension, but still has only one timeline. Hosts the illusion of duality, the spiritual ego, and thus fear is able to exist also there. 4D is also perceived from the outside in, and we still believe we are still driven, we are still driven. I need my little fact card. We are still driven and endangered by outside reality. Linear time becomes more fluid here. Imagine it to be a stream of energy hosting all events on one particular timeline, the same timeline that is available to the third dimension. We usually visit this plane naturally during the night. Here in our dream states, anything is possible. Now, 5D. 5D is the plane of light. All the higher dimensions, the fifth dimension is the last one of pure light and unconditional love. Source energy on the way down before entering the realm of limitation and duality. This is the dimension towards beyond linear time. That means many different timelines, realities are available to access. Reality is perceived consciously as our own creation from the inside out. Physical existence is still possible on this plane, although the body is lighter and of a different cellular structure. When the physical body is fully transformed into this structure, there is no pain. Further, there is no fear. It is a plane of unconditional love and abundance manifest in the physical. Our higher self has been fully integrated into the physical body and has taken over the guidance. This feels very differently from just channeling the higher self or other entities. The first time your higher self moves into the physical body fully is quite overwhelming. It is an intense energetic flow of unconditional love, and everything else feels light and at ease. Before the higher self can be fully anchored into the physical world, the healing of all bodies, like mental, emotional, and physical healing, equals remembering our wholeness, has to be completed. So you can get this yourself. Okay, let me read the rest. Has to be completed. Therefore, your higher self will slip in and out for a while until it can move in permanently. You will know when your light body is integrated, when you do not question the universal flow and simply trust your journey. You do not feel the need to interfere or control that flow anymore. So that's 5D. 5D, you're kind of like, you're skating, and you're like, you're on a canoe trip and you're on a river that flows. So you're not like, you don't have to worry so much about like, where are you going or how are you going to get there? You're going. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go on because this is, I don't know, this is long, but I'm going to go on anyway and then we'll call it a night. In the fifth dimension, all of our actions are based on love. It is the plane of oneness where we feel connection to everyone and everything around us, including the Holy Source energy. In the fifth dimension, we live in unity consciousness, but still recognize ourselves as individuals, as part of the whole. We do not feel that we get information from guides, angels, or star family through channeling anymore. Now it comes more intuitively and subtle from within as we become one with all that is. It's just, you don't have to try anymore. It is the beginning. In the beginning, it feels as if we are disconnected until we get used to this way of being connected. On this plane, we remember who we truly are and are aware of our eternal soul. Manifestation is easy, and the life of our dreams is our reality. In 5D, everything comes without an effort, and we have rediscovered that the universal energetic flow always guides us perfectly. There are no limits. We live in complete freedom and authenticity. We share unconditionally. Here, there is no fear. There is no aging and no illness. We live as long as we want until we decide to leave the body. This happens smoothly and without any pain. Well, that certainly can confuse us more. My understanding so far, and just to put it in my own terms, is that when in 4D, it is easy to travel back to the 3D state. However, this jump in our consciousness is much more difficult when you reach 5D state. 4D consciousness begins to awaken the idea that we are all connected and that there is more to life than meets the eye. Thoughts are powerful and can shift the way reality is perceived. I feel a great deal of us reside in 4D, but readying ourselves for 5D. I definitely feel a much deeper dive into researching this is necessary because ascension is an individual but also a collective process of humanity. We know that in our evolution, nothing stands still and everything always changes. Another set of keywords that need to be researched for those with more curiosity is collective consciousness. Okay, frogs, stay prepared. It is a good idea at this juncture to keep your vehicles all gassed up because we know they are planning shortages and astronomical fuel increases. Also, the trains are set to go on strike in December 9th. So stay alert. Next 2 weeks are going to be very busy. Where we go one, we go all. Love to all. 11/29/22. So I think that's a pretty good summary of where we're holding as a collective. And the car is filled. Cool. I'm where I want to be. You know, I could probably use a couple more cans of sardines, but I did manage to salvage a 20-pound bag of rice from my house. But I don't know, you know, as long as we have cooking gas, I don't know, you know, cooking rice is, you know, it takes a little bit of energy. Nice message for the day, my old friend. I know we appreciate these dallies. All right, so that's it. So that's it for today. There's much more here. We'll go into it in more depth in the morning, and I want to, you know, both apologize and just say thank you for allowing me to go this morning and move my stuff. You know, I don't really like to take a break from my post. It's not easy for me, and I did put out a regular video, but and you know, I was I took the train back to my old house, and the train took a lot of time, and I was almost about to get nervous, and then I just remembered, you know what? God's going to get me there when I'm supposed to be there. And I got there and I finished all the things that my wife wanted me to accomplish and more. Thank God. And you know, I'm constantly having to remember that this is God's plan, man. God's got our back, man. And once we're in the flow, once we know we're canoeing down God's river, the river of light, it's pretty easy. You just have to, all you have to do is put your oar in the water and make a nice J stroke. Empty town. Good night, Frank. Yeah. All right. So 3 more months to go. Can't wait. All right. So guys, so we have a lot to look forward to. And yeah, I love the river of light. Yeah, because I'm a big canoeer, man. I love to spend time in a canoe by myself. I mean, I can steer the boat from one side. I know, I mean, I've been doing it so many years that I can just, you know, and I just love being by myself on a canoe, except when it's really stormy. Then it's really like very scary because if you go down when you're by yourself, that could be dangerous. Hey, Chosen. Yeah, thank you. So we'll keep at it. Seems like the information pours out during the week. We could be in for a very interesting week. There's a lot of airplanes up, a lot going down right now. You know, SGAnon is like saying it's going to be a long haul, but you know, I just don't know. We just don't know. But I agree with my lovebird friends. I'm going to say that we just have to keep doing it, doing what we think is right. And like, even though I moved, I mean, I got everything all set up in my house for like, you know, survival mode. And then I moved. So, you know, you just got to keep going on. You just got to keep aligning with your divine purpose and God and canoeing down the river of light. Let God, you know, God is, you know, the current, the reason I use the river, the idea of a river, When you're canoeing on a lake, man, you can go any direction you want, and you can get really lost. I've done it. I've led a canoe party. Actually, even when I was by myself, I got lost. I even got more lost when I was by myself. But when I was by myself, I could get lost in a very small area. Um, it's easy to get lost in the wilderness in a canoe. But usually after a while, you find where you have to go. But the idea, the metaphor of the river is because the river is, you're in a channel and you're going down the river. The river of light has a flow. So you don't have to worry like on a canoe that you're going in the completely opposite direction. You're going down the river. And I'll tell a story about, I won't tell it now because I'm a little tired, but about one time when I thought I was lost and I was canoeing on a river that didn't have any current. And it was a little bit scary, and I just hung in there, and eventually I got to where I needed to go. You didn't do your homework. All right. Hadassah Ariel, you'll have to sit in the corner again. All right, guys. So I'm gonna butt out, and Brian, thanks for the coffee, and everybody. If you can, if you're interested in this product, I really like it. It gives me a kind of a strength. It gives me an endurance that I didn't have before. So I recommend call Jay. If you're interested, call Jay. Ask him questions. Check out the videos. I'm going to be doing a meeting with Jay tomorrow at 3:00. But call him. Ask him what you think. What does it cost? What is it? He can give you all the specifics. I think it's a really nice product, and it's really good with this. You have this to put on your skin, which I'm putting on my face now a lot, and I'm also putting on other parts of my body that need a little bit of help. So, Cherie, yeah, the ASCA, and it definitely helps my it will help my income stream. It hasn't yet, but it could be a very nice income stream, and that would be delightful. And it could be an income stream for everyone, not just me. Especially if you have a channel and if you can reach other people, then you could definitely this could definitely be a good way to make some extra income with a product that I think is really top notch. All right. So anyway, check out Gila's channel. Support Gila because Gila got she lost. She's temporarily kicked out of her main channel. I hate when that happens, man. I have a couple channels now, so I can kind of wiggle around, but it's really a nuisance. Q phone updates, yeah. Right. It does have everything on the website, but you're better off talking to Jay because he can really set you straight on how to do this. But if you want, I'm going to be meeting with him 3:00 tomorrow. We're going to do a live broadcast. So if you have any questions, you can bring it to the meeting and ask Jay. We'll ask Jay while he's on. All right. So we'll catch you later, guys. Have a great night. Get some sleep, and we'll see you, God willing, in the morning. I'm back on schedule now. Thanks for letting me take the day off. And let's just keep it on, man. Don't look back. Protect your DNA. It was about Ascension. That's what 17 said. So, all right. Good night, sweethearts. And we'll catch you in the morning.